Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now I've had recent comments asking me to make a track entirely from scratch. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm making a house track, haven't prepped anything and we're just going to be making something from scratch. So let's jump into Ableton and get it done. The first thing we've got to do once we dropped it in is try and find the tempo, find it on beat, which is what I've done.
Baby, you can hold me, caress it, be there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. I'm loving it.
That love is hitting on the one. So we've got the beat, it's in time. Now what I like to do whenever I'm working with vocals, early on I throw some processing on it just to sort of catch a feel of what it might sound like, because I've got dry vocals here. So I'm just going to throw a reverb in an effect rack so I can control the reverb separately. Drop it down.
Baby, you can hold me.
Already that sounds like
you can hold me, caress it, be there for me. I'll be...
Turn it down. We're just going to mix as we go with the sort of stuff. And I'm going to throw some kickstart on to give it some bounce. Look at that. Oh, proper dance bounce. Now the key, I think, to making tracks and making good tracks quickly is just to get all the ideas in the project. Don't think too long about the stuff you're doing. Come back to it later when you think the idea is good. First thing you got to do, dance track, kick drum. Kick and bass are everything. And sometimes you can just make a track a lot better by changing the kick. So what we're going to do, throw a kick in the MIDI so we can constantly change them if we need to. And just going to start testing some kicks out.
Baby, you can hold me, caress it, be there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. I'm loving it, go so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me.
Yeah, I like that kick. It's quite short, that one. It's only like a quarter of a beat. So we can go for a longer, bigger bass line. So once we've got that, I always like to go straight for the bass line. Because like I said, kick and bass is everything. Maybe it's going to look for a 2-bar bass here. Now based on key, Splice tells us that this vocal is in D. So we are going to write this in D. I'm going to hit scale mode because that makes it easier. You can't hit a wrong note if you go in scale. I'm going to stick major because I kind of want to make this more happy. But we can always change to minor if we need to. Going to arm that to record, and I'm going to load a Serum preset. Now you could here easily use any VST plugin you've got. You could even use Wavetable, which is in Ableton, but to save time I'm just going to go to Serum, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that, and I'm first just going to find a bass sound that I like. I've downloaded a lot from Splice, and I've obviously got like preset packs and stuff. You know, let's go Splice for this one, or let's just throw something down. Bass punch, sure that sounds like. It's probably a bit tech housey, but we'll roll with it for now, and we're just gonna get some bass line rolling. Probably wouldn't be around D3. I'm not sure yet. Let's just get something going. So I'm thinking boom, 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 boom. Skip, skip, skip. Offbeat, offbeat.
Baby, you can hold me, caress it.
Ooh, there we go. Straight away, I'm liking that. Offbeat bass is a vibe. It's a big vibe at the moment. So I'm thinking repetition is key. And what we're going to do is maybe change. Do I want to change pitch or note here? Boom, 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 boom. Let's try a double here.
Baby, you can hold me, caress it, be there for me.
Maybe I skip that
Baby,
one.
you can hold me, caress it, be there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me.
Nah, it's kind of doing a weird.
Baby, you can hold me, caress it, be there for me.
I quite like that. Boom, 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 boom. And then we can maybe hit the third with this one. And then maybe that's all we need. You know, keep it super simple.
Baby, you can hold me, caress it, be there for me. I'll be your one and only.
No, that's not right.
It's on me, it's on me. I'm loving it, go so deep. I won't make you feel low.
Now that double's not hitting here. Maybe we get rid of that double. Stay on the backbeat like that. And then maybe change it up here.
Baby, you can hold me, caress it, be there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. I'm loving it, go so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me, caress it, be there for me. I'll be your...
It's quite nice, but I'm not really liking that F3, but I think that F sharp, but I think it could be the preset. So let's just cycle some presets. for something. I want something super classic house-like. I don't think a donk is the way to go. Or maybe it is, you know. Okay, so pause a minute is me in post. I think I figured out what was wrong with this bass line. Now, I was playing it in major, which is this F sharp key here. But I think the vocal's actually in minor, so I need the F that's one below. This is the only key that's different between the major and minor scale. Now, obviously, because Splice didn't say it, but I think this sounds better. Listen to this now. Now, that sounds better to me than this does. Let me know what you think down below. But yeah, this is the main issue that I was having throughout this video, is I wasn't sure, but because I was trying to push forward with the project, I just let it go. So don't have a go at me in the comments that I leave it in potentially the wrong note hitting, because I figured it out now. That's proof I did it live, and I'm still training my ears. I just wasn't sure, but after editing this video and hearing it over and over, I'm going, I think that might be the issue. But I've got it fixed technically. I've changed it on the bass line, I've changed it on the sub. So if I come back to this on a live stream, I will be able to finish it correctly. But don't have a go at me the entire video. Okay, back to it. You know what, I actually don't hate the donk. I've been trying to get a donk bass working for a while. I don't hate it. What we're going to do is going to instantly mix this, take this down by 8 because it's a donk, so it's got lots of reverb and it sounds really loud. Baby, you can hold me, be there for me. Obviously, one of the issues we've got at the moment is this bass is hitting at the same time as the kick in certain places, so there's going to be some clash there. So what we want to do is we want to sidechain the kick. We want to sidechain the bass from the kick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use multi-band sidechain. It's just another thing you do. I'm going to use Shaper Box because Shaper Box is OP. On a quarter note, and then we can hear it like this, right? Turn magnitude off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sidechain where the kick is about, and the kick's quite short, so we want to have more of the bass playing in this. Maybe something like that, and then what I can do is I can bring this band back here to like 180 hertz. That's where the kick is going to be. So now all it's doing is sidechaining everything under 180 hertz. One thing I'm going to do in this track, actually, it's not something I always do, but I'm going to separate the sub bass out. The reason I'm going to do that is because I want better control over it, because I'm kind of using a donk, and I don't feel great about that on like mixing reverb with the sub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load an initial preset, change this to a basic shape, so that's going to give me my sine wave, and just drop it. Now we've got that sub hitting there, as we can see. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll everything off from like, oh, not 900. I'm going to roll off everything like below like 90 hertz, 85 hertz, like that. And I'm actually just going to take a little bit of the sub out because we do not need that much. Actually, let me turn that into a shelf. Bit of reduction there like that. Now that is a super punchy sub bass kick. Oh, now I can keep that separate to this donk, and what I'm going to do with the donk is I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to roll everything off below 100 hertz. I can bring it back a little bit, maybe like 95. So now there's no sub there. All the subs there, so I have control of the sub versus the bass. So I can control the mid frequencies much better on this. And we've got that thump on the back, which is good. Play it with the kick. It's bouncing. And I'm just going to, I've got the sidechain on it already. So a couple of things we're going to hit to this mid bass. One thing I love that's giving me great bass sounds at the moment is I'll throw a drum bus on the bass and just drop that dry and wet, and it gives a real good crunch. It works. It just works for me. That's an Ableton preset, easy to use. So now we've got. It's lovely, baby, you can hold me. The recipe there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. I'm loving it goes so. We could try a pitch bend actually on that F note. I have no idea if this is going to work. Like I said, I'm literally doing this on the fly. This is how I would make a track. We just try stuff. So let's try pitch bending it. I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. I'm loving it goes so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. The recipe there for me. Oh, I've pitch bend the wrong one. Ignore that. I pitch bent the sub. What am I doing? Can I get my? I need some coffee. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not operating correctly. I wonder why I couldn't hear it. I was pitch bending the sub bass. Yeah, don't do that, kids. Don't pitch bend the sub bass. There we go. You can hear that what? Maybe I pitch down the end note. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely. It's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. The recipe there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me. It's on me. I'm loving it. I'm thinking about changing that last note on the bass as well for a separate patch. I'm not going to do that yet though. Right, so we've got kick, bass, vocals rolling. I'm going to turn the vocals down one more. Next thing to do, we need some drums. Drums. Always start with a hi-hat. Really simple. You can take the same MIDI from your kick, change it from there, put it there again, just on the every beat, because that's how we want our main hi-hat to play. Again, just start cycling through some hi-hats. I'm going to jump into Evo 6. You could use Splice or any samples you've got. Open hats. You throw that one and just see what we get. Nope. Turn everything on. That's got quite a nice, like, a bit of texture to it. I'm going to drop the release right down so it's snapping off. I'm going to drop that down a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that and layer it with a wider, sort of more wishy-washy hat. Oh, actually, I quite like that. No, I want a longer 909. This is what I've been doing a lot. So I'm going to replace this with a 909 kit from Ableton, and I'm going to pick the 909 open because it's really washy, the 909 open, and it sounds really good. Right, so now we have this on the back. You hear that's a lot more washy than the one we've got. Going to shape it a little bit there. Open that up like this. This is what we're hitting here. I'm going to, see the release is kind of controlled, but with the decay here, look, I can, like that, I can bring it down. Already sounds a lot better. Sit that in the background compared to the other hat, maybe on like a -9, play both together. It just gives more texture, more layer to it. Now we play everything. It's on me. I'm loving it, goes so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. The recipe there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me. Next thing, clap. Again, classic drum sound. For the clap, we want that on the 2 and the 4, so I'm just going to double the size of the loop. Increase the size of the note as well, because I want quite a punchy clap, I think. I'm not sure really yet. You just got to see what sounds cool. I want something quite real though. Baby, you can hold me. Whoa. I just realised I duplicated from the 909, so it's going to have given me the absolute wrong pitch note there. Let's try that again. Boom, like that. There we go. Baby, you can hold me. The recipe there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me. It's on. Again, it's quite dry on its own, but let's add another one. Something a bit wider. Not that. Let's try that one. And a cool trick that I saw on a video, I think it might be a John Summit trick, but if you throw one of the claps a little bit in front of that beat like this, you get a weird humanized version of the clap because it's a little bit punchy before the beat. So we get this. Don't put it too far like that because you get a weird stutter. Just a little bit. And I like to do that with the background clap because that's the one that's a little bit more wide. So we don't need that one hitting as tight on the beat. So now we have that. Turn the main clap up. Turn this one. Again, we're adding texture. Now we can group all these drums together and we can listen to the drums as a group. And we have a lot more texture as a group. Play everything. Like that. I'm going to take the transients out of that and that'll be nice and tight. I'm looking for a tight drum groove. I don't want something really, really wishy-washy. Not really what I'm after here, so I need to make this a tight groove. Right. But I like the snappiness of it. So a couple ways to make this tight. Yeah, I don't like that second bar, so I'm going to take that second bar out. Beauty of working with audio. Now we're looping here. Now I don't like how snappy and like open it is, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the transients here to this forward arrow, and watch this how this changes when I drop this down. It's instantly closing a lot quicker on the transients, so we're not getting that wishy-washy snappy tape sound that I didn't really like. I'm just getting the groove in terms of like what the drums are saying. Throw an EQ on there. Now we can take out some of those frequencies we don't want. Want to keep that clap in there. That's a nice sound. Now I need to remember when we're adding like other loops in, is that we want the main hi-hat and the main clap to stand out. So these ones that have also got hats in them and stuff, we want to take a little bit out the top so that those hats aren't hitting in the way of the main hat that we want people to be hearing. Throw a bit of reverb on. And I like to do a kickstart because it just gives it bounce. Again, you could use a compressor here or anything. Going to do the same with the shaker. Going to go back to this, add a small hall. Which is a nice reverb. I'm going to give this a bit of pattern by giving it a bounce. Like so. And we could probably leave the drums there for now. Oh, so these are on 0 at the moment. Let's turn these down to like... Yeah, I don't mind it. There might be a bit too much going on, but we'll figure that out later. So now we've got some drums, we've got vocals, we've got bass kicks, we've got a nice loop. I'm getting rid of that shaker. It's the wrong one. I'll put something else in a minute. Next best thing to do here is don't focus on building an incredibly cool 8-bar loop, because then you'll get stuck in making 8-bar loops. The best thing to do from here, turn this into a song, as in just arrange this, right? So what we're going to do simply is we're just going to make a build up. So we're going to go 16 bars back, which would be the start of the project. So I'm just going to actually do this and add some space in front so I can work backwards. Let's take this and turn this into a build up. So let's go 16 bars back would be here. I'm going to press set. Let's work on some sort of build up. Easy starting point would be to, grab these vocals. Maybe just do this to start. Bring the drums back. I'll be your one and only. It's on me. Our love and it goes so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. I think the bass wants to come in there. I'll be your one and only. It's on me. Our love and it goes so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. Your recipe to for me. I'll be your on me. It's on me. Our love and it goes so deep. There we go, we're grooving. So simply there, what I'm doing is I'm just taking stuff away. Great idea is just to take stuff away. Now I do need to find a shaker, because having removed that one, the drums now sound a bit empty. Right, so now we've got that shaker. I spent a minute there figuring that out. I don't know if it sounds right yet, but we're just going to move forward with the project. So super simple build up. What we got going is we've got the vocal playing, drums build up, bring the bass in halfway into a nice drop. Now one thing we can do with the bass here, so it doesn't hit, we haven't got the sub in, which is good because we don't want to bring low end in the build up because it feels weird. But what we can do is we can bring this even further up, like maybe 140 hertz, to really take out any low end that it has, and that's like our build up bass. So I can automate this EQ8 to only be on in the build up, so then it turns off there, and that's ideal. That's exactly what we want. And I'm actually going to automate this to go from 140 maybe up to 160, so we even start to take some more away throughout the build up. And that's like an easy way of like bringing bass in without bringing the low end in. We don't want to bring the low end in because that's what's going to throw us off. It's going to make the drop feel like it's come earlier than it has. A quick thing I'm going to do here as well on the drums is I'm just going to throw an audio effect rack in with, let's use Valhalla, why not? Standard reverb, infinite out, and then we're just going to have it build in reverb up to the drop. Maybe like that. And that's just like a really quick way of getting some reverb build in. Let's also grab some strings / drones and atmospheric stuff. And one thing that makes build-ups feel weak and missing stuff is when you have no atmosphere. This is in G major, and obviously we're working in D major. If we look at this again, so all we've got to do is pitch it. So I've got my trusty, oh my god, I've got my trusty MIDI keyboard here, so I can look at the keys because I don't know piano well enough to not look at the keys. I know where C is, I know where G is, and I know where D is. So that's A, there, A, G. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to go 7 up, or let's go 7 up, or we can go 5 down. Might try 5 down because I think 7 up might be too high. I'm going to grab the center part here and just duplicate up to the build like that. And that's a smooth transition. You'll never hear that in the drop. And let's go to our sounds and grab that other one that we downloaded, which was actually already in the right key. So we should be able to use this. And like I said, I'm going to grab that. The problem is it dies out a little bit. Let's try this. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. It's just background. We're making background anyway, so it's not the end of the world if it doesn't smooth perfectly out. So now, this doesn't have to be as quiet because it's nowhere near as loud. Let's turn this right down. Now we have this in the atmosphere. Oh, play the start. So you can't even hear that other one is sort of hopping a little bit. And I'm also going to grab a drone. I don't know if it's going to be the right sound or not. Beautiful. Like I said, we're going to throw this in, take out some low end because we don't want all this. We don't need all that low. Let's just go to like there. Keep those mids in, but we don't need that much. We do not need that much low end. Always take low end out of things that you don't need. So let's group these. We've got some atmosphere going and give a quick mix on this.
The recipe there for me, I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. Our love and it goes so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. The recipe there for me, I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. Our love and it goes so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. So
we can hear here in the drums, you can hear that the reverb is hitting. I think we can go a lot heavier than that though with it. Let's go up to like -5. Next thing I want to do is I'm trying to figure out if I want to cut up these vocals or not. Down in the build up so it starts to open up more like that. That's easy money. Let's throw an EQ on and cut out again some of those frequencies and maybe bring it in. Maybe bring it in a bit like it's on a radio, kind of like this. I'm going to put these after the kickstart because this isn't the EQ that I want for the whole vocal. That's going to be back here and I'm going to hit that quickly now before I forget.
Baby, you can hold me. The recipe there for me. I'll be your one and only.
Now that's an EQ that we're going to leave. This EQ here is one we're going to like sort of alternate with. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to throw an echo on this. I'm going to use a secondary track. I'm going to take this.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
I'm going to take
lovely. Lovely.
I'm going to take lovely like that. And I'm going to put this on a second track, like down here. It's going to take lovely like this, and put it like lovely, lovely, like this. So we're getting
lovely, lovely, lovely.
Just that. I'm going to keep it right in the background, and I'm going to throw an echo on this that builds towards the drop. So let's put that on there, throw an echo on, grab an EQ quickly as well, because we can get rid of those crappy frequencies that we don't want. Can bring this in a little bit because we don't need it necessarily as many of the frequencies. Bring it up a little bit more. Throw an echo on at maybe a quarter note. Too aggressive there. Add a bit of reverb. Let's go a quarter. And what we'll do is we'll build this reverb from 0% and we will build it up to maybe like 50%, like that. And we'll keep it in the background. We'll just keep it nicely in the background. So let's hear what we've got now if we play everything. And then we'll add reverb to the build up. Oh! Oh, there we go. Oh, there you go. That could not have sounded better when that came in. We'll turn it down a little bit more, take off some of the highs that we don't need. That's sounding good now. Now on the main one here, what we'll do is I'm going to add something I don't use a lot anymore, but I'm going to. It's Endless Smile for time, and we're going to automate this intensity. What Endless Smile does is it essentially just gives reverb, delay, echo, everything to it at once with one automation. Last thing I want to do for the drums here is add a snare roll in the second 8, classic house again. What we're going to do is we're going to grab C3, put 4 in. I'm just going to go for a flat roll, I think, in this. Let's add some EQ to this. I think a little bit out of that, don't need that much, don't want all that high on the snare. It's going to have a reverb that's going to build with the group, but I'm also going to put a little reverb on it myself. Like it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in using the filter on this EQ8. So I'm going to filter the first ones in. So we start low, it comes in sort of like this. I'm going to bend it so it like that. That means it comes in a bit more subtly. Drop a utility on that as well, so I can bring down that initial gain again, so it comes in sort of like -20. Brings in nice and slow, but at max, that's too loud. They're probably going to need to be like -8 anyway, but now it comes in like this. So it's a slow build. Lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. Your recipe to for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. I love and it goes so deep. I won't make you feel lonely. I'll give you something holy. It's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me. Oh, something dragged through quite hard there. What was that that dragged through really hard? Oh, no, maybe I'm tripping. I think I want to change this here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn everything off here, drum wise, strings and bass. I'm going to take it all out so we get this. But I'm going to bring all of that delay and stuff forward to turn off. Not quite. Yeah. Also why it's not hitting, because I've duplicated over the bass there. Right, let's finish off arrangement, and I think we can call this track started / on its way to being done. So we've only got 8 build, let's do 16. So this is our main drop here. Oh, this is our main drop. Let's just duplicate all our drums over like that. duplicate our bass and kick as well, all over there. And then let's do like a little B section. Let's just do an 8-bar B, why not? I'm going to take the vocal out, just go drums. Oh, actually no, I'm going to keep the vocal. I'm going to keep the vocal for 8, and then go kick and bass. So we'll go deep on it. So we're going to get...
Give you something holy, it's lovely, it's lovely. Baby, you can hold me, the recipe there for me. I'll be your one and only. It's on me, it's on me. I'm loving it, goes so deep. I won't make you feel
Oh, do I want to do that? No, I don't know.
lovely, it's lovely.
Boom, 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 boom. No, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do in the second drop, I'm going to take away that. Yeah, okay, I've got an idea. Cool, that's our B, super simple. We can maybe write a synth for that, put like a little bit of a source on it. Let's grab our intro drums. Is really simple again, just 24 up. Boom, that's going to lead in. Grab all of this. Cool. Then we got a break, and then the second build up, which is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to copy the first build up, move that across, so we've got the same thing happening again. There's our drop, there's our B. I'm going to extend our B to be twice the length, so that, you know, it's a bit more DJ friendly in the second drop and goes on for that little bit longer that we need, like that. Then I'm going to copy my intro drums and kick, which is everything at the moment, to the end. That's our, paste there. That's our out, like that. And then we'll do some takeaway and removal on drums pretty soon after. Nothing in the break at the moment. I'll just throw like this, you know what, I'll just throw that shaker through for now, why not? Because I'm probably going to take it off in here. Actually, no, I'm going to keep this one going through because I take the shaker off. Yep, okay, I like that. I'm going to have no hi-hats in the second build-up at all. I'm going to have the claps start. I want the claps the whole time, really. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to run the claps through the break as well. Chuck a load of reverb on those. Bring those up and crash them back down into the build-up. We've got the snare. Strings and drones are going. I'm going to bring these in sort of halfway through the build-up. These two I'm going to bring in through the build-up. Like that. Can bring that up like that. Boom, boom. Sounds good. Okay. And yeah, well, I'm going to do second drop here to make a cool B, cool secondary drop that's cool, I guess. I'm going to turn off everything except kick and bass in the drop, so we get. Maybe bring the hat in here. Just gonna bring the hat in. That's what we got for now. Let's give us a cool little drop. And then that's our ending there. Last thing to do for arrangement would be just to trim out some of these drums at the start. So actually, I don't really think I want much shaker at all. Like that. Bass comes in there. I'm going to throw a high pass kick. High pass filter on the kick. Turn this around. Put it at like 130. So that when it turns off, we get that thump that we want. And I like to have it on for the first 8 of the song, like this. But then when it turns off, you get the proper thump. Let's throw that on the end as well for 8. I'm just not getting that la 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 la. I need like a bounce. Let me try adding some more. Let's add some brute compression to this, and really try and bring out that delay. That's what I need. I need to bring out the delay so that I really get that. I'm trying to bring out that echo in it so that that's like a loop I can make. Something that's going to just keep going around. I kind of want a cool... Oh, let's try recording from there. I accidentally had the loop still on. Go again. There it is. That's it. There you go. Bang. We found something. It took a bit longer, but you just got to mess around with sounds, and I think that will be cool. So we're going to take that, consolidate. We can delete this part now. Make sure we take that brute compression off as well. Bring this back down to volume. Now we've got this cool little loop, which I think I can make bounce quite well. I don't know if this is the right loop that. Don't know if this is the right beat yet, or if we want to change the downbeat on it. Good thing stuff like this, you can absolutely just mess around with it till it sounds cool. There we go. We could try moving the time. Okay, so after adding a couple of risers for effect, this is what we've got at the end of the project. Some build up. It's a couple of simple risers. Oh, classic house vibes. Claps. There's only a B section drum as well. Here come we. I could use a bit of volume change maybe. And then we're into the out. And that will just lead all the way into the end. And that is the track. So obviously that's a very basic track. You can do a lot from here. Obviously then we'd mix, we'd master, get it nice and loud, you know, but obviously I can't share the entire process in one video because it'd be like several hours long. Just for information, this recording is like over an hour and a half long, and the video is probably about 25 minutes to 30. So you can see like obviously the process that goes into it, but this is how you make a track in terms of where you start. Just keep going forward. As you can see there, a lot of that, everything here was on the fly. Part of the vocal that I found, everything else was like me just testing and figuring out what I wanted to do. I threw stuff at the project, kept it simple. Yeah, that is the entire house track. I haven't even saved this project. I will save it, and let me know if you want me to finish this on like a live stream or something, because I will leave it as is, and I'm happy to finish it on stream if people want to see the full in-depth process. So let me know in the comments if you want me to finish this on a live stream or something. Also in the comments, leave me a song name / project title for this project, because I don't know what to call it. And if there's anything else you want to see me do on the channel, let me know in the comments. Like I said, this video was from someone asking me to do a track from scratch. So if you want me to do something else, let me know. We can react to stuff, break stuff down, whatever it is. And I will see everybody in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all the good stuff. And thank you for watching.